everyone. Welcome to the, are we set? Sorry. Are we set? I'm sorry. Okay. Welcome to the Board of Public Utilities meeting for September 10th. We could all rise for the salute, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we have the public notice, please?
Good morning. Adequate public notice has been given pursuant to the Open Public Meeting Act. Notice has been posted at the board's office and website and emailed to the Department of State and to newspapers of board circulation within the state.
Thank you. Can we have a roll call?
Commissioner Christo DeLu.
Here.
Commissioner Bange.
Here.
And President Gould Sadovi.
Here, and our next public meeting?
The next regular board meeting will be held on Thursday, September 25th, 2025. It'll be a hybrid meeting in person at the board hearing room at 44 South Clinton Avenue in Trenton and live stream via YouTube.
Thank you. Good morning. We'll have an executive session today. We also have a couple items that we are going to be deferring, items 2A and also 8E. We have a late starter on the agenda as well. We are going to get started in a moment. Just want to flag that we are going to have our next quarterly business breakfast summit on Friday, September 12th. It's just a couple days away in Camden, at Rutgers Camden at 8 a.m., nice and early. And we have our next quarterly public meeting on Friday, September 26th. I want to acknowledge some new staff today, but before I do that, I do just want to, if I may, note that this past weekend was the anniversary of the passing of President Fiordaliso. So I just want to acknowledge that loss, but also say that, we, few of us who have known Joe well, were able to get together and celebrate his life. And I think he would have been very happy that many of us, were thinking about him and having a Diet Pepsi in his honor. So we have some new staff today. If you could stand when I say your name and we can all acknowledge you, that would be great. We're going to start with William Aiken, who is a new-ish staff member, new-ish, in the office of Tyshawn Key in the Office of General Counsel. Mahala Lavis in the Office of Federal and Regional Affairs. Corliss Pierce for Broadband. Diana Rosario in the Division of Engineering. Leah Simpson in the Office of Budget and Finance. And I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Ari Kagishi is a new fellow in the Office of Federal Affairs. Okay, do any of my colleagues have opening remarks?
Yes, please. Good morning, everybody. Just want to give a shout out to our Commissioner Z, and my fellow commissioner over here. Inside of New Jersey has made him the 58th most powerful policymaker in New Jersey. So
that's great.
Let's give a
Wow.
And also, I'd just like to welcome all our new employees. Look forward to working with you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Madam President, and everyone. It's good to see you all again here, and with these new hires and interns, it's great. The sooner you guys get up to speed, the sooner we can leave. So we appreciate that. And I'd also similarly like to thank Commissioner Bange. We have a barbecue today, and part of the festivities are thanks to him dipping into his pocket once again to make sure that it is a stellar event. So Commissioner, thank you for always leaving no stone unturned for everyone's benefit. Thank you as always.
I hadn't heard that. Thank you very much.
Wow.
It was was under my radar, how about that? Okay, so, sorry. We do have an executive session, and that is for the late starter. So if I can have the Attorney General's office please explain the justification.
Good morning, Madam President, Commissioners. Late starter A, it falls within the contract negotiation and attorney-client privilege exceptions, the Open Public Meeting Act, found at NJSA 10:4-12B7.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll be about 10 minutes. Thank you. Started. We are going to remove the late starter and start with the regular agenda with 1A. Oh, I'm sorry, consent agenda. Sorry about that.
Consent agenda item listed are items 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, 4A, 5A, B, and C.
So moved?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Christopher,
Yes.
Commissioner Bain,
Yes.
and President Lucido.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, going to the regular agenda. Alice.
Good morning, Madam Commissioner. Good morning, Commissioners. This matter involves the April 26, 2024 petition filed on behalf of Astral Energy LLC by Donald B. Biasi, the Chapter 7 bankruptcy trustee, requesting that the board disperse surety bonds held pursuant to New Jersey statutes into Astral's Chapter 7 bankruptcy estate for the benefit of Astral's creditors. The purpose of the surety bond requirement is to ensure against a supplier's failure to pay New Jersey taxes or assessments, or a supplier's failure to meet contractual commitments under electric generation service or gas supply service to New Jersey customers. The trustee failed to sufficiently identify claimants, creditors that are New Jersey customers who receive gas or electric supply from Astral pursuant to a service or product contract or third-party supplier agreement for service, and claimants and creditors for failure to pay New Jersey taxes or assessments. Most of the creditors listed in the claims registry include individuals or entities located outside of New Jersey and former employees of Astral. Accordingly, staff recommends that the board deny the petition as the trustees' claims that Astral surety bond obligations were breached are inconsistent with the surety bond terms and purpose of their party supplier surety bonds.
So moved?
Second.
Roll call, please. Sorry, questions or comments? Roll call.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Christo DeLu,
Yes.
Commissioner Bain,
Yes.
and President Lucido.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alice. All right, going to 2B.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Right.
On July 3rd, 2025, the electric distribution companies filed a joint petition requesting recovery of FERC-approved changes in firm transmission service-related charges. Based upon the allocation of these charges, the monthly bill for a residential customer using 650 kWh per month will change by approximately the following amounts: a decrease of $3.80 for ACE, no change for JCP&L, a decrease of $1.22 for PSE&G, and a decrease of 4 cents for Rockland. Staff recommends that the board approve the changes to the BGS transmission rates requested by each EDC effective September 15th. Staff further recommends that the board authorize the EDCs to collect from or refund to BGS customers the cost associated with the FERC-approved changes and waive the 30-day filing requirement. Finally, staff recommends that the board direct the EDCs to file revised tariffs by September 15th.
So moved?
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Christo DeLu,
Yes.
Commissioner Bain,
Yes.
and President Lucido.
Yes. Thanks. 2C, Dean.
Good morning, Madam President and Commissioners.
Good morning.
By order dated August 13th, 2025, the board directed JCP&L to show cause why the board should not impose certain penalties upon the company for failure to meet its board-required minimum reliability levels and comply with other board standards. On August 21st, 2025, JCP&L submitted a letter requesting that the board grant a 1-month extension of time for the company to more effectively and completely file an answer to the August 2025 order. Staff recommends that the board grant the company's request for an extension and order JCP&L to file its answer by October 10th, 2025.
So moved?
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLune?
Yes?
Commissioner Bench?
Yes.
President goes to Sylvia.
Yes, thanks.
Thank you.
8A, Dustin.
Morning, Madam President and Commissioners.
Good morning.
The Beta Plastic Corporation submitted an application under the Large Energy Users Program requesting board approval of a financial incentive of $555,000 for energy upgrades at its facility in Carlstadt, New Jersey. This proposed project has an anticipated total cost of $740,000. If approved, this application would cover the replacement of the existing production line motors, which have an efficiency rating of approximately 65 to 67%, with new motors that have an efficiency rating of around 95 to 98%. Annually, this project would conserve 1,738,720 kilowatt hours of electricity and 145.6 kilowatts of peak demand. The proposed project has an estimated annual energy cost savings of $229,862. Staff recommends approval of the application for the total estimated incentive amount.
So moved?
Second?
Questions or comments?
Yeah, I do actually. This is a very interesting project, and so many of the things we do help incentivize the right types of investments. But Dustin, you and I have spoken about this. This particular incentive amount of almost 80 or 85% of the total project cost is pretty helpful to Beta Plastics. They're going, even without the incentives, from a 3-year payback period to less than a year. So almost free, which is fine. However, I'm very curious, because this was established in the rules earlier, that there were no thresholds in terms of payback periods or in terms of percentage of total cost. It is my understanding that those thresholds have been implemented for future awards, so there is a threshold beyond which we will not be giving these type of incentives. Is that correct?
Well, in the case of the Large Energy Users Program, there are like 3 different thresholds to the amount of incentives we can provide, one of which is 75% of the total project cost, which is the case for this particular project. However, staff is open to discussing these thresholds, as you mentioned, in the future.
I think we need to readjust those to be able to disperse more incentive monies to more businesses and to make sure that we can kind of level the playing field, because it seems to me that Beta Plastics was going to make this investment anyway. It makes a lot of sense. A 3-year payback period is a very rational business decision, and we could use those monies to go to places which may not have such imperatives on their own merit. So please, let's review those in the short term. Okay?
Understood.
Thank you.
That's a good idea. Thanks. Roll call, please.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLune?
Yes?
Commissioner Bench?
Yes.
And President goes to Sylvia.
Yes, thanks, Dustin.
Thank you.
Kathleen, 8B.
Had to check my watch. Good afternoon.
Oh, there it is.
So this matter concerns redesignation of the presiding commissioner in the matters concerning the state's electric distribution company's medium and heavy-duty electric vehicle program filings. On October 23rd, 2025, the board adopted minimum filing requirements that required the EDCs to file those medium and heavy-duty EV plans with the board for review. On February 27th, 2025, each of the state's EDCs filed those plans, and on April 23rd, 2025, the board retained the petitions for review and appointed Commissioner Abdu as the presiding commissioner over those filings. On July 31st, 2025, Commissioner Abdu issued orders ruling on motions seeking leave to intervene and participate, and on August 1st, Commissioner Abdu's resignation became effective from the board. And so staff recommends that the board ratify all the decisions and orders made by Commissioner Abdu to date and designate a new commissioner to preside over the MHD EV plan proceedings.
And I think Commissioner Christodoulou has graciously agreed to do all of them.
On the spot. Agreed.
Oh, I thought that was a discussion that was had already.
No. But we're having it now, so fair enough.
Really? Okay, yes? Okay, just checking. All right, in that case, can I have a motion?
So moved. And I'm very moved, so thank you.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, roll call. Sorry, that tripped me up a little bit there. Okay, roll call, please.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLune,
Yes.
Commissioner Bench,
Yes.
and President Goldsadovy.
Yes. Okay. 8C, Phil.
Good morning, Madam
morning.
President and Commissioners. This matter addresses revisions to the Evaluation, Measurement, and Verification Framework, EM&V framework, for the second triennium energy efficiency and peak demand reduction programs under the New Jersey Clean Energy Act of 2018. The Board approved the Triennium 2 order dated May 24th, 2023. The EM&V framework guides the operations of the EM&V working group. The working group was established by the board in June 10th, 2020, to facilitate the collaboration for a standard, transparent, and replicable approach to evaluating the EE and peak demand reduction programs. The framework it defines the following: the roles, responsibilities of all the working group members, the products and deliverables such as the evaluation studies and triennium goal setting study, and it also defines the processes such as the cycles, the steps we take to revise the technical reference manual, the steps we take to review and approve each evaluation study. The statewide evaluator drafted the framework, and it was developed in consultation with the working group, and it was revised to reflect the board approvals concerning the Triennium 2 programs. The order also includes 2 memoranda written by staff to clarify the calculation and application of interactive effects and the energy savings carryover. Staff recommends the adoption of the framework and the 2 accompanying memoranda.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLune,
Yes.
Commissioner Bench,
Yes.
and President Goldsadovy.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
8D.
Good afternoon, Madam President, Commissioners. This matter pertains to the publishing of a Notice of Funding Availability, or NOFA, for the opening of the Urban Heat Island, or UHI, mitigation program. The board approved the establishment of the UHI mitigation program on July 16th, 2025. In order to officially open the new program, a NOFA needs to be published in the New Jersey Register. The NOFA will include all necessary information as required by N.J.S.A 52:14-34.4. This information will help eligible applicants understand what the program is and what is required to have an administratively complete application. The tentative publication date in the New Jersey Register is October 6th, 2025. After sufficient time has elapsed for the public to view the conditions of the program as outlined in the NOFA, the UHI mitigation program application window will open. Staff recommends that the board approve the Notice of Funding Availability for the UHI mitigation program.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
On a motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Crystal DeLune,
Yes.
Commissioner Bench,
Yes.
and President Goldsadovy.
Yes. Okay, 8F. Thank you, Isabel. 8F. Dr. Watson.
Hello, President and Commissioners. This item regards the third solicitation of the Competitive Solar Incentive Program, or CSI program. The CSI program is open to qualifying grid supply solar installations in combination with energy storage, and non-residential net metered solar installations with a capacity greater than 5 megawatts. By order dated April 23rd, 2025, the board set the solicitation window for the third CSI program solicitation to open for pre-qualification applications on May 14th, 2025. And on July 16th, 2025, the board extended the pre-qualification window to close to bid submission on September 30th at 11:59 p.m. The board extended this deadline to provide potential CSI program applicants with the opportunity to access complete information on federal changes to the investment tax credit, or ITC, qualification that may impact their bid.
On August 15th, 2025, the Internal Revenue Service issued Notice 2025-42 to provide updated guidance on the beginning of construction and project construction continuity for purposes of determining whether a facility is eligible for the ITC. Board staff considers that bidders in the third CSI solicitation may reasonably assume eligibility and consider ITC revenue in their project bid, accounting for changes reflected in construction guidance issued in Notice 2025-42. However, projects participating in this third CSI solicitation remain vulnerable to potential future changes that impact projects' ability to retain eligibility for the ITC. When the CSI program launched, the board ordered that if an awarded project withdraws after receiving conditional registration, an awarded project withdraws after receiving conditional registration, the project could not rebid for at least one CSI cycle after the expiration of the project's registration. Staff recommends that the board relax this waiting period for projects awarded in the third solicitation that considered ITC eligibility and revenue as a part of their awarded bid and subsequently lose ITC eligibility. Staff recommends that the board allow such a project to terminate the award after receiving notice of conditional registration and remain eligible to participate in a subsequent solicitation with the same or substantially similar project. Staff recommends that the relaxation of the rebid timing should only apply to projects awarded in this solicitation, for which ITC eligibility is still a possibility, and be conditioned upon demonstrating certain facts, specifically that the awarded bid reflected ITC revenues and the bidder's reasonable expectation of ITC qualification based on information available at the time of the award. And at the time of bid submission, the project had a reasonable expectation that it would have achieved and maintained ITC eligibility by the project expiration at the time of submitting its bid. Staff further recommends that with the submission of a new bid in a subsequent solicitation, the board require the applicant to provide documentation of the assumed project revenues and costs justifying the rebid.
Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Questions or comments?
Diane, I greatly appreciate your work, and Veronique, thank you. I know there's a lot of work goes into this. It's so critical for our energy independence and clean energy future. Solar is a great part of that, critical, and the work you've done is phenomenal. I want to thank you really for working with all of us, and me in particular, on adding some things which I think will shed more accountability on our developers and really a little bit more transparency, which is very important to the ratepayers, to make sure that we are giving money and resources and benefits to the form of subsidies that would benefit everyone in New Jersey. I really can't thank you enough. Thank you both.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
On the motion to approve staff's recommendation, Commissioner Cristodoulou?
Yes?
Commissioner Baines?
Yes.
And President Gossadoli?
Yes. Thanks, Dr. Watson.
Thank you.
We have reached the end of our agenda today, so may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.